So listen, I got my first client as a social media manager at 17 without even finishing the 1 month of the social media marketing course. Most people struggle for months to get a client. Some people may never get it. But me, I got it without completing a month. And thanks to God's power, now I have 2 clients. I dropped out of the course and I don't regret for a second. And here's how it really happened. So let me take you back to the beginning. I was 17 and now I'm 17, just curious about social media marketing. I didn't know about it anything, in terms of ads manager or something, in terms of branding, in terms of content strategy or something. I just knew and liked about marketing, and that's it. I signed up for the 4 months SMM course, thinking like maybe I would get the client once I really finished the course, as everyone really told me like this. And most people may really get their first client, expect to get their first client within the finishing the second or third months if they're lucky. I'm gonna be honest right now that I wasn't even dreaming of getting the first client so fast. I was just learning and taking notes, journaling, and learning some basics of the social media marketing, and that's it. I didn't even expect to get this so fast, but it really happened thanks to God endless power. But something shifted after like the 2 weeks or something accomplishing the SMM course. I was like noticing something, and I thought to myself, what if I really try to offer the value to the businesses? What if I really take an action right now before waiting the course to be finished? So I started looking at the local businesses around me, and I found out one person who's the owner of the education center. I'm not gonna tell you guys which education center that I'm working, but I found that person and texted him about my offers. I gave all the offers and no big promises, just value, and I offered the skills, that I'm really good at. And guess what? I got my first client and they accepted me as their social media manager. And I said to them that I'm not really chasing money. I have to get as much as experience as possible and had a great portfolio. And then I'm gonna really let the money to chase me. Once I got my first client, something inside of myself changed. And I was like, my confidence skyrocketed, And I was like, wait, maybe I don't have to finish the course to succeed. Maybe success is more about it taking action than waiting for permission. So that's why, like, I kept working. I learned faster and, like, while doing the actual work compared to the sitting in a class. And then I got my second client. I didn't really run the ads. I didn't really message to all the people, on Upwork, on the kind of like social media platforms. It was just a real conversation, being open about what I do. That's it. And then I made a big decision. I dropped down the course. I gave up the course entirely. And I thought to myself, why to pay the price for the sayings for the course who's not really keeping up with me, who's not really keeping up with the saying that I'm learning in real life. It wasn't that easy, but I trusted myself. I believed in myself. Now I manage the 2 clients at 17, and interestingly, I'm just getting started. So guys, now I'm gonna give you like lots of lessons that I learned throughout this period, throughout this SMM course on how to get in the client or something. And I truly believe that it's not gonna only work out for the social media marketing, but it's gonna really work out for every human beings, every life, every stage of your life. So the first one I can say that you don't need to wait the perfect time. Some people may really see that, say that, maybe I have to do this to be ready, or maybe I have to do that to be ready or something. No, no, no. It's not gonna really work out in that way. You have to start and then learn. You're gonna learn all the things, along the way. You have to be a master. You have to have like sense of masterness or something for the first time of the starting one particular thing. And then you're gonna learn, then you're gonna really make it clear, along the way. So that's why do not really wait the perfect time, take an action, do everything on time, and do not wait. I think another lesson that I learned is you just need to talk to people and offer value and show that you really care about one specific thing. For example, I can say that from my own experience. I did all the presentations, all the like I made a content strategy for this education center or for another client or something that I showed that I really cared about this education center's growth. I truly cared about their online presence or something. I showed by my actions, to this director, to the owner of the education center, that I care, that I do care about this education center. And you don't have to be an introvert or something. You just need to have like extrovert because you are in the business world, you are in the marketing world, and you have to offer your value correctly and by words, by confidence. And I think you have to have a great sales skills. I don't know how I really pursued myself, like the second client who asked about like to have an like SMM expert, but I was like the beginner, and I said to them that may I really make you a like 60-day content strategy or something, and I persuaded them, by my words, by my sales skills or something, and they agreed, even though I'm not really expert yet. Another reason, another lesson that I learned is courses are great, but execution beats education, especially in freelancing. So I'm not really hating the courses. I'm not really forcing people to not go to the courses. But if you're not really executing, if you're not really using one specific skill in your real life, I think you are not really learning. You are just learning the theory, especially in marketing. Marketing and social media marketing and everything is practical things, It's not about all the theory. You have to take an action. You have to do the practical things, and get as much experience as possible. And then you can really be a great manager like in every human endeavor. And age, I truly and 100% believe that age doesn't matter. Mindset and skills do. Within my class, I had a lot of people at the age of 35, 30, they had businesses, but when it comes to me, I didn't have nothing, I didn't have any client, I didn't have any experience or something compared to them. But what happened, I dropped out of course and I like had a great mindset to get a first client, before the finishing the entire course. I truly believe that they saw that they're gonna really get the client once they really finish the course. But when it comes to me, my mindset was a little bit different, I thought that I would really get the client before having experience, even though I won't have any kind of experience, even though I won't have any kind of portfolio or something. So that's why I had this mindset and partly I won these people. But apart from that, I'm still learning, growing, and failing, but I'm still in a game now. That's what really matters. So yeah, if I really someone who is really into social media marketing words or something, who is really starting to social media marketing or any field, doesn't matter. Don't wait. Start, take massive action, offer help. If you really like the story, or if you really get inspired a little bit or something, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe for this channel, and a comment about your questions, about what you want to ask from me. I'll be reading all the comments and maybe even helping you personally. I'm Daniel, 17. I can confidently say that I'm a young entrepreneur right now, learning in public and taking you all with me. And once again, I'm watching you from afar and I'm rooting for you.